What does your esports program mean to you, your students, your school?
It means quite a bit. The school, we're always trying to find new things to get kids involved.
It's really opened up doors for a lot of our students who just aren't active in sports or other activities, but this gives them an outlet to represent our school district.
It means a lot. It's a community that they can participate in. It's a community that they've developed. It's a community that they have, that they're the champions of, right?
Getting more people involved, getting kids a chance to compete at something. I mean, not everyone's an athlete, and that's okay.
Not all of us can be 6'5" NBA centers and
that, and it's a pretty big motivator. Makes kids want to be eligible and passing their class, etc., so they get to compete.
So can you talk a little bit about your school's esports journey?
It was my first year 3 years ago.
Our second school year.
2 kids really were pushing for the esports team to get started.
I say about 5 years ago, I had a handful of students say, "Hey, we're looking for an esports sponsor," and I'm being a football coach and other things that I've done in the past, I'm just like, I don't know much about esports.
And before I came along, the issue was that no staff was willing to sponsor it because no one really knew what esports was.
So we've been interested in esports for probably 3-4 years now.
It took them about 2 years to talk me into it. I went to a technology conference where they were talking more about esports and the advantages for schools with esports, and then I'm like, all right, let's give this a try.
We've looked at different online outlets like Playverses and stuff like that, and we talked to these guys at NSeSA back then.
So we kind of started a group and ended up having 30 plus members, and I'm like, okay, the kids are really interested in this.
We have 50 students in the school total, so to have, I was actually really happy to have 2 Mario Kart teams, 2 full Mario Kart teams, right? 8 players. That's almost 20% of the. I mean, that's like 15% of the student body.
We had the school board on top of it. They were all for giving us funding and helping out with that, and that's been really a lot of places they don't get that in here. It's nice to have. So.
And then the following year, we did make it to state and actually won that Smash state title, which. I mean, that's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for some of those kiddos.
And then after that, we started doing grants and got some foundation grants and started getting equipment. And so now we have computers and we have switches and we have Xboxes, and we occupy pretty much the entire lower level of our Platteview Central Junior High School, where we meet once a week and they practice for their season or they're competing. And so it's been quite a journey.
So going back to the Mario Kart team, how's this season gone for you guys?
We went into the tournament, and between both teams in regular season, we'd only lost 1 match. And we're looking forward to participating this coming weekend.
We got 2 teams in the state finals for Mario Kart.
It's been great when you know your opponent. You're not just facing, just some random computer names behind a screen. You actually know where they're at, and it's a cool deal. The kids are really enjoying it.
What is it that your school enjoys the most about being a part of the NSeSA?
Probably the chance to compete. I know a lot of my guys are competitive. We do have a lot of casual players, which is fine, but I know there's a lot of them that probably wouldn't be joining if it wasn't for a chance to compete.
Joining the NSeSA has been nice because it gives us a place where the kids want to compete against other schools. And so if we were just getting online and playing against random people around the country, it wouldn't be as much fun as playing the people down the street, where we can have a rivalry, or or they can sit there and go, hey, we beat this school, and we see them all the time in basketball, and they always beat us in football, but we can beat them in esports. And so it's really giving them a tool to go out and compete against area schools, and that's really what's kind of generated the excitement for the kids at my school.
Like I said, we like going up against who we know we're facing.
So we are in the Panhandle of Nebraska. We're in the Mountain Time Zone. We're way out west, like in another state almost type deal. Going to those live tournaments has really solidified, the competition. It kind of brings it more to life. And then through the NSeSA, those people that really work behind the scenes to do that, they're unsung heroes, right? They coordinate, they schedule, they answer all sorts of questions all time of the day. They are a great support to me as the coach. And then it just opens so many opportunities to our esports athletes here at Leyton.
So, Coach, tell me, what are the biggest advantages for students competing on your esports team?
A feeling of belonging at their school, gives them a little school pride.
Get to compete with friends. We kind of have a good time, good laughs. But it's also competitive nature. We got a lot of competitors on our team.
Pulling kids that aren't out for, other sports.
It's just opening doors, right? I mean, I would say in the next 10 years, esports is going to explode at the high school and specifically at the collegiate level. The opportunities to go to college, I believe, under an esports scholarship in the next 5 years, huge opportunities.
So what does it mean for your school to move on to the in-person state championship?
It's a big deal. I mean, the kids are super excited. They were super excited back in the fall when we went to the in-person state competition there.
You can only play remote so much. It's like, it's good to have kids finally see the people they're playing against.
The journey is so much more valuable than the end result, right?
Get parents involved, some other people watching the streams. It's going to be great. I think it's every gamer's dream to kind of be center stage, competing against a different school. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for most of these guys. Growing up, that was never something I would have dreamed of, and now it's a reality.